Hey y'all, it's Kayci and I have a little word for you today. I know it's been a hot minute, more like a couple months, but I promise I'm trying to get back with my schedule. Anyways, I have a little word that I want to share with y'all today, and it's going to be John 13:7. But before I do so, I want to share a little story with y'all from my childhood. Traumatizing. I'm just kidding. No, it wasn't. I'm just dramatic. Anyways, this one story. So one day I was supposed to be cleaning my room. My parents told me to clean my room, and I was like, okay, I'll clean my room, but I need help because I just didn't think I could do it all on my own. So I asked my sister, I was like, Kayla, can you help me clean my room? And she said yes. So she comes in and she starts cleaning my room. She was not cleaning my room. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Anyways, she claimed that she was cleaning my room. I was like, okay, so we start cleaning and I get happy. I was like, okay, I have some help to help me clean my room. And all of a sudden, like 5 minutes in, my room is messier than it was before we started. And then 10 minutes in, it was even messier. And then 15 minutes in was even messier. And I was like, okay, what is going on? Like, my room is not getting cleaner. And little 8-year-old me, I'm not even sure how old I was, but I know I was little because I cried over this. Kids. Anyways, so I start crying because I'm like, she's not helping me. Like, I get really upset. I was like, mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me because my room is even messier than what it was before, and I'm supposed to be cleaning my room, and like, distraught. Kayci is just distraught. Anyways, so I go, my sadness turns into anger, and I run to my parents. I'm like, she's not helping me clean my room. I asked her to help and she's making it messier. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, and they look at me and they're like, they sided with her. And I was like, how are you gonna side with her? She's literally making my room messier. And they come to find out, they explain to me, they're like, sometimes, you know, things have to get messier before they can get clean again, and sometimes things have to get worse before they can get better. And it clicked, you know, then, okay, after my room was finally clean, I realized, okay, things did have to get a little messy and turned around and flipped around in order for us to put them back together and make it look new again and make it look like, okay, the 8-year-old disastrous kid does not live in this room. It's like a picture perfect home. However, it didn't stay like that for long. But what I wanted to get from that was, if we go to John 13:7, it says, Jesus replied, you may not understand now what I am doing, but someday you will. So with our lives, sometimes our lives get so messy and so out of control that we can't see what's going on. So we'll ask God for help, and we're like, God, help me get through this battle, help me get through this trial, help me get through everyday life because it's just so disastrous right now. And we ask him for help, and he, in return, you know, he gives us help. However, sometimes what we want is not what we need, and we don't see that. We're like, okay, God, I asked you for help. Why are you giving me this? Why are things getting worse? Why aren't things getting better? I thought that if I prayed for your help and that when you stepped in, things were automatically going to get better. And I'm like, no, that's not the case. You know, what we want is not always what we need. And God knows that because he knows what's best. He knows what we need. He knows his plans are better. His plans are always better than our plans. And so we ask him to step in and intervene, and sometimes we actually don't really want his help. We just think that we want it but when we realize that, hey, his hand is going to be moving things around and he's going to have control over the situation and not us, that's where things get a little risky. And so intertwining that story with my sister and me was, I couldn't see, like, while she was trying to help me, all I saw was her, like, things just getting worse. Like, I was just like, this is not help. But what she was seeing is like, yes, I am helping you. Like, I'm helping you clean your room, you know, just I have to do it this way and not the way you thought we were going to do it. And that's how it is with God sometimes. I want to do it my way, and he has another way, which is always going to be better. But, you know, us humans, we're a little ding dong. Like, we don't like his way because we don't have control over it. And so my sister could see, okay, in the end, my room was going to be clean, but I couldn't see it. And I feel like that's God sometimes. God's like, all you can see in life right now is nothing but a mess. You can't even see to step 1 foot in front of you because you're so overwhelmed with everything that life is throwing at you. I know it's hard, but I promise you, like, you may not understand what I'm doing in your life right now, but one day you will. He is telling us, he is speaking to us. Kayci speaking to me a lot because I just feel like life overwhelms me a lot and I'm all over the place, and he'll just be like, Kayci, you don't see now what I'm doing, but one day you will. And that just like hit me as like, you know, we're not always supposed to see things the way God sees things. Like our vision of how life is going isn't going to line up with God's, because God already knows the way. We don't have to worry because he's going to take care of it. And we just need to relax knowing that, okay, like, yes, our plan isn't going to line up with his plan, but in the end, we need to go with his plan anyways, because it's going to be far better than any other plan that we could ever come up with. And he's always going to make a way where there is no way. And another verse that I wanted to share with you was Proverbs 16:9, and it says, we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. And that's just another funny one. It's like, because as humans, we make our plans every day on this life. We have our little calendars and we're filling them up every day, scheduling them to the max, and we have our plans. But let me tell you, our plans are not God's plans. And he will wreck our plans, especially when he sees that they're not good for us, because he has so much more for us, waiting for us, and he's just so excited to just get to hand it over to us. And so no, he's not gonna let our plans take over. And what I also wanted to share with that was James 1:2-4, and it says, consider it a great joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you experience various trials, because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance, and let endurance have its full effect, so that you may mature and complete, lacking nothing. And with that being said, sometimes when we're in the messiest times of our life and we just feel like life is just coming at us in all directions, and we're going through so many different trials and so many different like obstacles, and we're at the lowest valley in life, all those trials, don't even look at them as trials. Look at them as something that is going to produce growth and endurance, and your faith is going to grow stronger because God is walking you through that, and he's walking before you. And with his plans, he takes us one way, and that way is the way that's going to make us stronger, and it's going to make us learn more, and it's going to make us be able to, you know, he's going to reveal to us what it is that we need to know. And coming back to one thing, you know, sometimes we pray big prayers, but we really don't mean them. For instance, you know, sometimes we pray, Lord, give me the patience to deal with this person, without realizing if we pray for patience, we're going to be tested. We're going to be, somebody or someone is going to test our patience so that we can begin to build up patience. Like, it's not something, you know, when you ask God for something, he's going to give it to you. It's just not always going to be the way you planned, or always going to be the way you think he's going to give it to you. So don't be surprised when you pray big prayers, or you ask God to intervene in your life. It's not always going to line up with, 99% of the time, it's not going to line up with the way you think things should be done, because God knows best. Listen, he's got it all under control. He's just waiting for you to ask for him to step in and intervene, and he's going to walk you all the way through it. And so with the last thing I want to leave with you today is the most common verse ever, but it's Jeremiah 29:11, and it says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And I just want to leave you with that, and leave you with reassurance that God knows what's best for you, and he has a plan for you and your life, and you are not left alone in this world, and all you have to do is ask for him to intervene. But let me tell you, when you ask, do not be afraid to let him have full control, to surrender fully everything that you have, and let him have all control, because that is where he's going to work in your life and make things new. That's where he's going to turn your mess into a message. And I'm just so excited that I was able to share that with y'all today. And I hope this is going to help you in your everyday life with going through different trials and being able to look at the messes that you go through in life and be able to turn those around for the good. And I just pray that y'all have an amazing and blessed day, and I'm so thankful that y'all watched.